What's going on, guys? Today we found ourselves in a little bit of a predicament because we have to renovate this 3-bedroom, 1-bath apartment in exactly 3 days. So we're gonna take you with us to show you the before and after and run you through the numbers of what a renovation looks like if you do it in exactly 3 days. Let's jump into it. About 6 years ago, I sent out mailers and connected with an awesome lady that owned these 2 fourplexes. After conversations back and forth, we were able to land on an awesome price of $700,000 total, $350,000 each side. After going through due diligence, we were able to get this property closed and immediately go in, do a couple renovations and increase rents. Right off the bat, it was a cash cow. Over the last couple years, it's been a phenomenal property, and we were actually going to show one of the units for the CDS Grand Teton Retreat. The unit we had selected was still in great shape, and we were excited to come and show everybody, but 3 days before the event, the tenant we thought was going to be leaving so that we could go in and do a quick cleanup decided they weren't going to leave. And one of the tenants that had been here since 5 years before we even bought the property decided they were going to leave. So it was going to work, but now we had a full renovation on our hands and exactly 3 days to pull it off before 40 investors. We're gonna be walking through to see what kind of job we do. So I walked into the apartment and this is what I found. As you can see, the whole place needed to be repainted. A lot of the doors and the baseboard was all beat up. The floors were completely worn down, and unfortunately the carpet was not salvageable. It had a lot of tears that you'll see as we walk through. The kitchen, we decided we could save the cabinets, but the flooring was going to need to be replaced. So we decided to clean up the cabinets, put on new poles. You can see in these bedrooms, again, the carpet needs to be replaced. It needs new paint, and we decided to change the light fixtures. In here, again, another big tear in the carpet, more paint. Yeah, the carpet's looking rough. In the bathroom, we decided it also needed new flooring, but we were going to salvage the tile, put on a new mirror, new light fixtures, and hoping we could get all that done in 3 days. So I was standing in this spot thinking about that unit and if it was even gonna be possible to renovate it in 3 days. And I decided I needed to use a phone a friend because the crew I had access to was working on a bunch of other stuff, and there was just one person that I thought maybe could pull this off. I decided to pull out my phone and call my friend Anthony Elizondo, and the call went a little something like this. I said, "Hey, Anthony, I'm in a major bind. I need to get this renovation done in exactly 3 days. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. Do you think there's anything you can do to help? Do you think that's even possible?" And he said,
"Sure, I think we can get it done."
So now that we ran through it, we're gonna show you the full process and the finished product. All right, guys, we're out here on the balcony, but before we show you the finished product, I wanted to give Anthony a chance to tell you how he pulled this off and kind of what that process looked like of getting everything done in 3 and honestly closer to 2 days.
Yeah, yeah. Doing a project like this in 72 hours, we had never done. And so it was kind of a learning experience for us too, but within the hour, we got our guys here to get the tear out started. So I think you had me here at like 1 o'clock, and by 2 o'clock, the guys were here and like all the flooring was ripped out.
Yeah, I was gonna have the videographer come and take video of the before, but we had to use the one from my phone because by the time I got back, all the flooring was up.
They already cranked it. And I told Chandler, I was like, hey, the biggest thing for something to go smoothly like this is we need material to stay in front of these guys because we can't have them here just sitting on their hands. So immediately we sent Chandler to the store to get the flooring that he wanted us to lay. And then we started laying the flooring that night. So within 24 hours, we had the flooring tore out, the baseboard tore out, and the new flooring already laid down. And then we were starting to tape everything off for paint that next morning.
And I'll show you a little video. We ran to Home Depot, we got the light fixtures we wanted, we got the poles for the cabinets that we wanted, and we got the flooring. And seriously, by the time we were back, they were like sitting on their hands waiting for us. The thing I was really impressed about this renovation is we did go with the strategy of putting the floor down first and then putting base in. They got the floor down, and as they were still ripping up tile in the back, tearing things up, they got things cleaned up and were laying this direction. And so they kind of did everything in phases so that it could be done really quickly. Once all the flooring was down, they got it taped up, and they were able to get it just busted out super quickly for us.
It's one of the cool things about having a crew that can really handle everything.
Yeah, what's up? You want to take a peek? Can you give us like 5 minutes to finish this up? Just come and knock in 5, we'll show you. Thanks. Everybody's really impressed with the work.
Just excited to see the unit. Everybody's gonna want one just like it.
Yeah.
The nice thing about having like a crew that can handle everything in-house is like we're not waiting on other subs to come in once one of the subs is done. So it's like the flooring sub doesn't wrap up and we're waiting for the painter. It's, hey, while he's laying floor, they're prepping for paint and they're taking the electrical stuff off. So that was really the only reason we were able to get it all done together, is because we had all those trades in-house.
I think the best part of all of this is the importance in a renovation is making sure that you don't over renovate. The big reason for that is you don't want to overspend. And so they busted out a bid for us in the couple minutes that we met up here, and then we're able to bust it out. And I don't think Anthony or his crew understand what they could have charged considering my situation, because he's phenomenal, was willing to come bust it out and keep us within the budget that we needed to be. So we're gonna go show you the inside, but also I would go check out Anthony. What's your Instagram?
Real Anthony Elizondo on Instagram. And then our company that does remodels is Rocky Mountain Home Buyers.
So Anthony is doing tons of flips. He's a realtor with a full team. He's got, I don't know, half a dozen businesses now, and just an absolute animal. And so I cannot thank him enough for pulling this off. But also, if you want to follow someone that's really doing cool things, go check him out. All right, moment of truth, come on in. Welcome to someone's new crib. So you can see, I absolutely love this flooring, probably because I picked it from Home Depot.
He was a good, solid choice. Really solid choice.
But you can see base is done, looks great. They got the flooring in. I really want to show off this kitchen because this is one of the biggest mistakes that I think real estate investors make, is they would come in and see the old cabinets and they would tear them out, and it would do absolutely nothing for rents. It wouldn't make it any more livable, but it would cost them probably another $5,000 to $10,000 with countertops, cabinets, and everything else. And look how these turned out. They just look awesome. Anthony's crew also had someone that was able to fix some of the tiles, re-caulk and re-grout them. And so, I mean, that's some old tile that looks freaking good.
It's probably one of the mistakes, like for me as a beginning investor and flipping homes, I would have definitely looked at this and be like, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna remodel all those. And seeing kind of how you guys were able to salvage these, kind of changed my frame of like, yeah, definitely don't over renovate.
Yeah, for sure. The other thing down here was pretty torn up. And what they did is they just dropped in wood on top that had already been painted and was ready to go. I don't know if we got video, but it was completely trashed, water damage, all kind of issues. And you can see that just looks phenomenal. The other thing is these poles, we had old ones that were all rusted out and gnarly, and they look awesome. The reason we went with the older look, it actually matches the cabinets for one, but when you go to Home Depot, these are the only ones with this spacing. So this spacing in these older cabinets that match this style must be like, it was really unique. It was like 3 5/8 or something, where all the other ones are 3 inch or 4 inch or 3.5 inch. But that way we didn't have to drill new holes, and we could go right in and replace the ones that were already here. The other thing that we did, you can see we added all new doorknobs, and Anthony's crew was able to replace all the plates, the switches, the plugs, and the plates on those. And so it just looks really, really nice. These are the new light fixtures that we put in. And then, as you can see, before we had torn up carpet, paint job, flooring, everything just looks super, super clean. For those of you that are wondering, the rents on this with the previous tenant were at $950. We're thinking now with this renovation, we should be right around $1,200. And a lot of times people are wondering, why don't you go renovate all of them? The thing is, a lot of tenants have been here since we purchased the place. We want to keep them happy, and they're completely happy with the situation they're in and the rents that they're paying. And so renovations like this, it's not worth going and doing them when the tenants are in there, because a lot of them might not want their rents raised and they like the situation that they're in. But as they come vacant and move out, then it's worth spending the money and then in turn increasing the rents.
It's pre-seller renovation of that guy.
What was that?
Pre-seller renovation of that guy.
Yeah.
And if you like it, rent can go to $1,250.
Yeah. Hey, we'll get in there. And if you're wondering time frame, we know we can do it in 3 days.
72 hours. Yeah, so this is kind of another situation where Chandler was like, hey, let's just try to salvage as much as we can and not replace it. The tiling here was really rough. There's a few tiles that were like literally popping out, just look kind of dirty and grungy, but these guys were able to come in, scrape it, reset some of the tiles, get everything re-caulked, and honestly, it looks amazing. We did replace the toilet. we'd taken the other one off. We weren't planning on it, but we're like, hey, we're gonna have to install a toilet anyway. We might as well just pay the extra $100 and let's get a new toilet in here. But the rest of the bathroom we were able to salvage.
The last thing that I want to mention that really makes a big difference in these is when you're going in and you have a turn and someone's been in there. I mean, I think this unit had someone in there for 10 years. The carpet was way, way older than 10 years old. And so a lot of times around the windows, especially with it being in a small apartment, you being next to the bathroom, you get a lot of moisture and you'll get some real gunk around the windows. But also you just get wear and tear and grime on things. So if you are saving stuff or prepping to paint, doing a good clean job is what's going to make everything come together. And so often there are things that can be cleaned so that you don't have to replace them, like those cabinets. And so that would be my one thing to say to people is put a big effort on the front end of making sure that you get a cleaner in there and seeing what all is salvageable. And then once you're finished, make sure you get a cleaner that comes in. And Anthony had a girl that came in here and did just a phenomenal job, really to put that last little sparkle and make everything come together.
Chandler was getting nervous. He called me like the day before. He's like, you think this is gonna get cleaned up and look good, right? I'm like, yeah, she's pretty solid. So
I was here when she showed up and I called Anthony and I was like, she has the aura. She's getting it done. Like she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, the confidence then was awesome. It's like, I met her, we're good.
So this is the finished product. When it comes to pricing, Anthony was gonna give me the bill today and we...
I'm actually gonna increase it after.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Ooh, moment of truth. No, what did we end up total on this?
Probably for labor and materials, we're gonna be probably around $9,000.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Let's go. Now, for those of you that don't know, that I mean, that's really impressive. There are a lot of people that would have come in and out of here probably between $15,000 and $20,000. And so to do it in 3 days, let's just say that I'm gonna start doing this more often.
Give us a little longer timeline.
Well, hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you remember to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell. And if you want to be part of our community that helps you figure out how to handle these problems and go in, find a property, figure out the numbers, invest, be surrounded by a community of awesome people, there are 2 ways for you to do that. One is the event that we showed a little bit of footage here of walking the investors through. I'll show a little bit more of that. That was awesome. Anthony was there as part of it. We had 40 phenomenal investors and we're gonna be doing a lot more events in the future. So you can check out our website to see our future events. You can also join our Creative Cash Flow Club. In there, we're gonna keep everyone up to date on the events, but we have trainings multiple times a month. We've got my real estate investing course. We have so many tools that are awesome for you to be able to figure out exactly what you need to do to invest properly and be surrounded by people that can help you. So again, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. You can check out those links below. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the future videos. Also, I included a link to Anthony's Instagram. I'm telling you, he's a phenomenal follow. Thanks so much. We'll catch you guys later.
Also guys, a quick reminder, if you have any deal flow in the Southeast Idaho area, please make sure to send them my way.
Whoa, no. No, if you guys do have any deals here or anywhere else, make sure you send them my direction. Maybe we'll filter some.
Maybe we can help too.
Yeah. Thanks guys, we'll catch you later.